When this baby was born, he had no idea what he would do in the future. And he was born 7 years before the founding of TESOL, 1966. But at that time, he knew that he was born in a teacher's family and he would do something about teacher. But unfortunately, that was a cultural revolution. So he immersed with other kids and learning lots of things but study. Because at that time, study is condemned and all you have to do is just to follow whatever is called. So he, among those kids, as you notice, tried to develop his skills in art, in painting, in violin, in singing, because that he believed would lead him a job someday. However, when he played violin, he got a fortune that he would appear on the stage many times, and he did not know that he would teach. It was not until 1977, when the college entrance examination was restored, that he fortunately went to a college, but unfortunately he beat his sister, who did not have the chance, because at that time only one person from a family could go to a college in the same major. 30 years later, he returned to that college, what is called Suzhou University, invited as distinguished alum, and went to the same building as you noticed. That he realized that what had happened over those 30 years. He worked in that university for 10 years, and then he struggled, and eventually he quit the job and went to the United States as a doctoral student. Within 5 years, he got his PhD in the Ohio State University, and at that time, he realized he's a bad guy. He majored in English and English language teaching. 30 years later, he still is a bad guy, and he went to a different university, and finally he realized that all those times he spent in his university at that time was worthwhile. And he started his journey as an English teacher in China, and eventually went to the United States and went to Tucson, Arizona. And at that time, he realized that he should focus on what he is good at, even though he was persuaded not to pursue English language teaching in the United States, because that, to others, it's a job should be taken by native speakers. However, he stayed in that university, and fortunately, he became the head of the English department for 4 years, and something that no one could imagine, because at that time, that the English department was predominantly taken by professors in English, in literature. One thing he realized in his life that someone made a great impact on his life, that is his professor, who gave up his job in Columbia University in the 50s by returning to China. And he had a great impact on him. And he told him one day that you should do something that will be significant to China and to the world, especially to empower those who are learning English to become world citizens. In 2007, he finally realized his dream, which we had about 20 years before. That was to become TESOL president and the first non-native English speaker. He went all over in the United States, and once he was appointed as a Texas Park Ranger. And he enjoyed presenting everywhere, not as him as a professor, but as an individual to immerse himself in the culture. He also visited many countries, including Latin America, Asia, and this very picture, as you notice, is this very university. He was at 2007 when he was TESOL president. And I hope that these two colleagues at Sookmyung University are among the audience. So he believed that TESOL at that time should really go international, because 80% of language teachers are non-native English speakers, and they really need to know how those people that try to be professionally developed and try to help others to gain the same skills. So also he organized many TESOL symposium, and one of the favorite picture he had is a silk when he spoke in Thailand. And when people ask him, "Oh, I really like your jacket, and what is it made? Is it made of silk in Thailand, and he said, unfortunately, it's made in China. And one of the things that he enjoyed is that people mistook him as Jackie Chan. So finally, he went to Jackie Chan's office in Hong Kong Polytechnic University, said hello to him, and he realized he's a little bit younger, a little bit taller than Jackie Chan, as you noticed. He changed his area of focus 5 years ago, switching from teaching English to speakers of other languages to teaching Chinese to speakers of other languages. Because there are more than 450 Confucius Institutes around the world, and he realized what he learned from TESOL can be inferred and transferred to TESOL. One of his proudest moments was to be invited to speak at ITEFL this very year, early April, in Liverpool, to talk about the future of English. And he felt that kind of accomplishment was great. Unfortunately, he has switched, moved on a little bit now. He is now Associate Provost for International Initiatives at Georgia State University. With the university's obligations, he traveled around the world, focusing on student mobility, teacher exchange, and research collaboration. And this picture was taken in China when he traveled with top administrators. From a different point, this again is from South Africa. He realized that standing from different vantage points to look at TESOL, he realized that in order to help people to become global citizens, language is essential, is critical. And he wants to carry out the mission to help TESOL in a different way. And once again, without university obligation, he will not be here. And that he is me. Thank you very much.